I mean, she's calling you all these names, and she's saying that, I don't know, it just kind of felt like a back and forth, but I guess the thing that was interesting to me was that she took it to court, to like the real world.
Yeah, but she sued me not because of any of the wedding stuff. She sued me because she said I called her a pedophile.
Exactly. Wait, because of what?
She said I called her.
What's up, everyone? It's Edwin, and welcome to the second half of my interview with Amber Walter regarding the accusations made by Channon Rose. Now, regardless of how you feel about all the drama from the first part of the interview, this is actually my favorite part of the interview because it goes over all the aftermath and the legal stuff from the drama. So this is what drew me to cover the story in the first place. Channon suing Amber for defamation. A YouTuber suing another YouTuber for making videos talking about them when they were doing the same thing. Whew, let's get into it.
I have filed 3 police reports for violations of restraining order. 3.
So she already had filed a restraining order for you on you by November 3rd?
Yeah, so she filed a restraining order, this is all public record, in California. So obviously, I was not going to get on a plane, spend money to go and dispute it. I tried to do it over the phone because you can do that here in Arizona. They wouldn't do it in California. And the reason she had on the paper, and this is what drove me absolutely crazy. I was painting my nails. So I wrote a tweet that said, should I paint my nails red or black like my soul or red like the blood of my enemies or something like that. It was during Halloween time. I saw it on TV. I thought it was fucking funny. It had nothing to do with anyone. It was just like a fucking tweet, you know? And so she included that as me threatening her.
That was a violation of a restraining order?
No, that was allegedly in the restraining order.
Oh, okay.
The reason she said she needed a restraining order was because of that tweet.
What was the police report for, how did you violate the restraining order? She said you did it 3 times by this point.
I have no idea. I've never spoken to police about it. I don't know.
I would love to get some of these receipts. Channon, if you're watching, come through, girl.
In my opinion, she considered any time I defended myself, which is a constitutional right, violating a restraining order. I never contacted her. I didn't harass her. I didn't do anything like that. That would be a violation.
That I leaked her address online.
She said that you said Channon leaked your address online.
No. I said that my address was leaked online. We did have to move 2 times.
But you never said it was her.
I didn't say that she did it.
Okay. I don't understand why she didn't show receipts on the video.
They don't exist.
Because then what am I supposed to say for her? You know, I don't want to paint Channon in a certain light. Like, I would love to see proof, but this is just like a story time video from Shannon's side.
She had put up a video saying that she had gotten restraining orders on 3 YouTubers.
You had a restraining order on 3 different YouTubers at this point?
So I went down to the court and I was like, well, I literally am being harassed. I'm like, these videos need to be taken down because people have doxed me. They have came to our house, and this is turning into something that I never foresaw. And I felt actual fear. So I went down to the station. I explained what was going on, and they told me what to do. And they said that basically with these restraining orders, they're not allowed to talk about me. They're not allowed to do this and that, whatever. So I did make a video because I felt really good about this. I was like, okay, it's valid, whatever.
To wake up every single day and have hundreds of comments that say I'm a terrible person for ruining someone's wedding that I just went to as a guest and I had fun and I was friends with all of them. Do you know how heartbreaking it is to know that another person I considered my friend, like Sarah and Trisha, that they were so fucking lied to, they won't even talk to me anymore, and now Sarah badmouths me?
I was very emotional in it, but that's exactly how I felt. And yeah, that's what I did. And apparently, since they weren't served at the time, she called me a liar. But I did, in fact, go get those. They were approved by the judge. I just didn't know that.
3 YouTubers got?
I got restraining orders on her, Brye, and Mark, I believe. And also Kristen and her husband.
The judge granted me a restraining order and an injunction against harassment on all 5 of them. He said normally these cases where 2 parties are required, I would summons them to court, I would hear their side of the story, I would hear your side of the story, and then I would decide if it was needed. He said, but this is a special case.
And I honestly think that she knew that this video was going to be coming out about what she did at my wedding.
She said you lied in court and wanted to put a gag order so this specific video of hers would not go out. So can you tell me what that's about? Because
I have no idea. So we all try to get restraining orders on each other in Arizona. We actually went to court because I was fighting it and they were fighting it too. So Mark and Brye came down and they had an attorney, Ruth.
So in her mind, you don't want this video to come out in her mind.
Well, I couldn't have anticipated her putting out this video. I had no idea this video was coming. So there's no way that I would have tried to block this video from coming out. That makes sense?
She said that you were running away from the police essentially.
And I can counter that with, it's very open now that my ex-fiance was being, he was under, the FBI had already, what is it called? Pre-release conditions. So the FBI had a person, anytime we moved, they had to approve the house we lived at. So the authorities were very clear on who lived with him.
Right, so it's not like you're running away because the authorities knew.
There's no way I could run away because Jason was under federal indictment.
Okay.
So
the more interesting aspect to me is the whole, like, the fact that she went as far as to essentially sue you for defamation because of your videos when she was doing the same. I mean, she accused you of doing more than her, I guess, but I mean, she's calling you all these names and she's saying that, I don't know, it just kind of felt like a back and forth, but I guess the thing that was interesting to me was that she took it to court, to like the real world.
Yeah, but she sued me not because of any of the wedding stuff. She sued me because she said I called her a pedophile.
Exactly. Wait, because what?
She said I called her a pedophile because I knew she was a porn star. I didn't realize the extent of her fetish videos, and even just recently I didn't realize the extent of them. But there was a subdivision of like pedophilia or whatever. Like she did some videos where it's like mommy teaching her son how to like, oh, let mommy see your bulge. Basically, not like stepmommy, like mommy mom.
Oh, okay.
And you know.
So she was an actress acting as a mom to a son.
Yeah, it was like on a clip. It was somebody ordered this clip. They wanted this clip, so there wasn't actually another actor there, but.
Also, the role
like,
play of her. Okay.
Yeah, but it was still like her talking to the camera, whoever, and essentially that's her son. But it was some sicko that ordered it, and it was like to me, it fed into pedophiles and what they want to see. And all I said was, I don't agree with porn that feeds into sick fantasies like that. I don't give a shit if it's fetish or it's fake. You're pretending to teach your son how to
Sorry for the little quality difference. My camera died, and she put on a ponytail because we took a little break. But we'll pick up right where we left off, which is everything went to court. Because my perception was that you guys went to court because she sued you over defamation because of what you said in videos. But you corrected me and said that a big reason was due to the comments that you made, which clarify, please.
Basically, it was clips for sale, and it was just her. But she's actually like saying things, and there's like the little description, and it's not like stepson sort of thing. So it's, in my opinion, what I said, I don't remember if I said it on Snapchat or Twitter. I know it was not in a video. All I said was, I really don't agree with people that produce pornography like that feed into pedophiles' fantasies, because I feel like it perpetuates the problem, because when that's not enough, they're going to go seek, in my opinion, like a real child to do that too.
But in her videos, just to be completely clear, it was like role play. Like she was pretending to be a mommy to like a son watching the video.
Yeah. And she was just doing whatever the script said, the clips for sale script said, just similar to the racism one. Like it was just, she didn't write the script, she's just reading it. But I still felt like you have a choice. And to me, I was just disgusted. So I said, I'm not calling her a pedophile, but I feel like she's feeding into pedophile fantasies.
Okay.
And that's my opinion, and I still have that opinion, and that's not defamation.
And so in the court filing, she said that you called her a pedophile though?
Yeah, and so when they were assessing for damages, her attorney went back to some other case where I guess someone was called a pedophile and it destroyed their name and reputation. Naturally it would, but I would never call someone a pedophile
Right.
If they,
So-
I mean, just for doing porn.
Well, she had a lawyer, so did they have any sort of proof of you directly? Because that's...
Well, that's the thing. I never even got to defend myself in any of this because I was talking with her attorney through email. We were setting up a mediation date. It was supposed to be for June 26th. And while she was doing that, I was representing myself. While she did that, she was also filing a motion for summary judgment and then a default judgment. And I didn't know any of that. I didn't receive any of the paperwork. I have sworn affidavits to that. And unfortunately, I missed the deadline to respond that like, hey, no, I don't want you to file a motion for summary judgment. Basically, that means they win without me even get to saying a word. And so I was given really bad advice by Jason saying that they can't proceed with this case. He misinformed me, and they did. And unfortunately, because I didn't respond, they were granted everything in the lawsuit because they won by default. That's just how it works in the state of Arizona.
Everything that the lawyer asked for, basically?
Yeah, and
Okay.
so there are these exorbitant amounts of money that I mean, it's just crazy.
So, but you did end up going to court because I saw a video online. It was a little over 30 minutes, and it shows you in court with the other lawyer, Ruth, and I guess Brye and Mark were there as well.
Yeah, but that had to do separately with the orders of injunctions against harassment. They came all the way from Texas to Arizona, and so Channon didn't come, but you can hear her on the call, and this is all public. She refused to get service.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
The question is you're refusing to let the court serve your attorney and serve you with her order to stop against her, and she wants to fight the order you have against her. I'm beginning to believe this is how you both communicate with each other, or at each other, or do to each other. I don't know where the harassment is. But if you take the order, then each of you now, through court order, are going to stop doing what you're doing and stop.
I was trying to make it as peaceful as possible. I would have accepted service had she, but it's not fair to try and silence me.
Just so I'm completely clear, that specific court date that is on video, that was for what? For restraining orders or for what?
Injunctions against harassment.
Okay, so yeah, so basically, to the judge's understanding, and I mean my understanding as well, you were both claiming harassment against each other. And
With the videos.
right,
Yeah.
and
Because
at
she-
one point, Channon said, has she shown any proof of evidence that I harassed her?
I don't want to waste my time
Well, but
doing
you
this
know-
back and forth. I've wasted enough of my time going through all of
Miss,
this
how do you
women
think-
being harassed by someone
How do you think-
that I have nothing to do with and I never even talk about. Has she shown you any proof or evidence that I've harassed her?
I have right here.
Videos I've seen, not harassment in the sense of that's the way the two of you have been going at each other.
And then you quoted one of her videos in which
Yeah.
Channon says,
Anybody that's fucked with me should be really scared right now. Because I'm out on the loose, motherfucker. And that could be a dangerous thing.
And
When was the date of this?
it's
The
That
last one,
she's claiming that I'm harassing her.
the
What
last
was the date?
was January 7th, where she said anyone that has problems with me should be very scared.
I know that if I was going to therapy right now, and I went into her office today, she would put me in a mental hospital. And I'm being serious. Not because I want to kill myself.
Not because I want to kill myself.
And do you have proof of that?
Yes, you can pull up the video right now. Absolutely.
okay. Where's this video?
It's on YouTube, Shannon Rose Vlogs. I have it saved also at home because she deleted it.
And she believes that I'm talking about her in this video?
Burn, motherfucker, burn.
and this is funny because in this part of the court video, you actually have like the link,
The link,
the
yeah.
title, and you tell them to look it up and you can't find it. Then you have the actual link, hyperlink.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's titled.
So all I want to say
Yes,
is
stop a second. We're going to go look at this video you claim never existed, or maybe not.
I did not say that the video never existed. I was never talking about her in that video.
Let's look at the video and we'll let the judge go from there.
It's titled "I've Lost My Damn Mind."
Well, how do I just type in I lost my damn
Go to
mind?
Channon Rose.
What happened in that time? Was the video not available, or what did it say on the screen? Because it's available now. I saw it.
It is available, and it was available not very much long after that. But I can only, your guess is as good as mine.
So it just wasn't. It didn't come up on the screen.
It seemed to be on private at that moment in time.
It's usually Channon Rose Vlogs, unless she deleted the channel for today. I have the exact address for the video right here.
What's the address?
It's www.youtube.com.
Okay, words. www.
It seemed like she knew what video you were talking about at one point, and she said, and she believes I'm talking about her in that video. Do I say her name? That's not true at all. Is there any repercussions for lying in court?
What's the name of the
Are
video?
you allowed? Is there any repercussions for lying in court?
Yeah, miss, and your attorney can advise you of them. I was waiting for that because everybody that comes into my court, that's the first words out of their mouth. You want to tell the other party that they're, so okay, everybody knows they're under oath and supposed to tell the truth.
Absolutely.
We got that off the table.
She was basically assuming that that video wasn't about you, but
At the very end, I also had that candle.
yeah, it's pretty obvious that the video is about you.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got
And why would it
perjury.
be gone while the court?
Because that could be definitely taken as a threat, that like a serious threat, not just a YouTube thing, but when you're saying that this is why I was scared, and when I would tell my audience, I'm terrified because of what they're saying. She was saying shit like that.
When I hear this, it's confusing because I saw her videos, and I haven't seen yours yet, but everything that she is accusing you of, she is essentially doing very similar things. I mean, the things that she said in that video is pretty severe, and she's just putting everything on you, but she's...
And obviously, she had access to all the videos that are now on private, so she, in my opinion, would have taken the most damning evidence of me harassing her, right?
Right.
Which is my Halloween videos.
I mean, okay, also, there's a part in the judge video where the video wasn't coming up, and I mean, this is just probably maybe off the record or something, but I think I heard her laugh. Did she laugh? Did you hear her laugh in the court when the video wasn't popping up?
Oh, of course. It's unavailable. I do have copies of it at home, though, Your Honor, so I could bring it next time because...
There was definitely a lot of parts in that judge, the court video in which she's speaking over the judge, and he even tells her, Channon, like, he tells her, like...
I don't know why every video is about her.
Channon! I got it.
To get her to stop. It was really weird, really interesting to watch YouTubers on court.
And see, and that's the thing, like even to this day, I would love to go to court for this, for what she claims against me, because I know my rights, I know the law, I know what I did and didn't do.
I guess this is the way they communicate with each other. She just wants us to stop, but she won't accept service. So if she doesn't want to accept service and she wants it to stop and she's served, then I guess we'll just trust both of them to stop. We'll dismiss all the orders and everybody go home.
I really would hope that you would not do that, Your Honor, with all due respect.
I really would hope you would accept service, but you won't do that either.
The judge wanted you both to like just write something set in stone to stop making videos and each other to never mention each other, but that was never meant, right, officially?
No, she wouldn't agree to it, and so he said he's not going to impose that on me. And how hypocritical would that be? That's essentially what she was asking for me to get served. And
So for you to remove the videos,
and keep in mind, the videos just defending myself, not accusing her of anything, defending my name.
So how come you ended up removing them?
Well, I
unlisting them?
ended up removing everything. That's when I wanted to.
Oh, you just wanted to start new.
I just wanted to get all of
so
it
this is
gone.
completely safe interview. You're not in danger.
What?
You can speak about this on camera. You're good. You can actually talk about this.
I can talk about this as long as I'm not defaming, slandering, or harassing anybody, which I don't want that. I don't want that
As
for
long as you're
anybody.
telling the truth, nothing but the truth.
That's-
Otherwise, shoot, maybe this video leads you to go back to court.
But that's the thing, I never got to defend myself. They won by a default judgment, which means literally nothing. That does not mean that does not prove guilt. And the thing that really bothers me, and the thing that I want people to understand, is she accused me of very bad things, and I was essentially crucified in the court of public opinion.
Right.
But when she took me to court for a civil suit, not criminal, civil, huge difference. You could sue I could sue you. You could put this video out and be like, I don't like it. You made me look bad. Whatever. But she sued me for things that had nothing to do with what she accused me of publicly.
Right.
She didn't publicly accuse me.
She publicly accused you of theft.
Yes, which is horrible.
She ended up suing you for slander.
Defamation.
But that's the thing that I find so interesting because
and
you state your opinion
and
she stated hers, but she called you crazy and she called you a stalker very many times.
Terroristic.
She said that because of you, she has to carry a taser around everywhere with her, and she's mad at the police because they haven't done anything.
Sorry.
It seemed like a lot of like kind of affirmation within herself as well as her audience, because I found that throughout her videos she would say stuff like this a lot. For everyone following this drama,
you can tell how batshit crazy she is, and like people get it. You know what I mean? Like people know.
People get it. You know, she would kind of say those like reinforcement. Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about though. Like you've heard me. Like yeah, you know, and you've seen her. That's kind of like the kind of message that she would give out a lot. And I mean, I didn't know about this drama at the time, and I will review your videos. I like from what I saw that skit, like out of context, it does, and when you told me that it was all planned, that alone does make it look a little bit out of whack. But if that's like the only thing, I'm curious to see the other ones, because this also kind of sounds a little bit like, I don't know.
Well, and then
confusing.
You do know that she went and made a whole entire music video about me, allegedly.
And that's the interesting part, because at one point in this video, she says that she's been so busy, she's a drama magnet.
Recording my new single, dealing with more drama, like it's like
in the middle of making her next single, which ends up being a music video about you.
Goodbye, girl.
So she was claiming through that music video that you stole and copied everything about her?
Essentially, because I used to wear flower crowns and, you know, I had the blonde hair, but what's funny is, have you seen her lately?
Is that what she's doing?
Well, the blonde hair and
My story times are all true and not exaggerated, so I just want to put that out there.
This is another example within the same video actually, and I noticed it throughout other videos as well. It's how she reaffirms not only herself but the audience. She says, I just want this bitch
to be in jail where she belongs. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that way too.
So she's kind of like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about kind of thing.
Yeah, that made me sick. I mean, I went so far to try and prove my innocence. I spent money. I took a lie detector test, and I've never taken one before. And I took one out here in Arizona. And I went to California with Jason, and then I got a phone call from the person running the company, and they said that, you know, pass with flying colors. I will send you, like, where do you want this sent to, blah, blah, blah. And then when we get back to town, because I was like, I'll just pick it up. I was very excited. I'm like, finally, I can, you know, because people were like, take a lie detector test. I'm like, okay.
People were telling you to take a lie detector?
Yeah, I didn't think of it on my own. Because especially in the true crime, people, like, either believe them or they don't. Like, I'm indifferent. But I passed. And so I was super excited. And then I get there, and this individual says, you can have the results, but you need to sign a contract saying that you will not release the company name. You won't say if I'm a man or a woman, because I saw what she did to you and what she's done to other people online, and I'm a business, you know, and I cannot have that.
Is there a copy of the contract?
I think so. I can't show that though, but I have a copy of the results. And you can look at them. I just can't publicly post them.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like, take a lie detector test, you know?
Yeah. So like,
I always see people say like, oh, they're not real.
And so many. Well, and the thing is, so I showed it online and I redacted the company name and stuff. And so then they went ahead and went on Twitter and they found some blank forms that look exactly like, I'm sure it's pretty common. And they said that I made it all up myself and I faked the lie detector.
Oh, so wait. Oh, okay, this is where it gets interesting. See, because if it was just you going out of your way to get a lie detector test, then I think it seems fishy. But if they're claiming that you lied about the lie detector test, then that's a whole different story.
And also, I didn't come up with the questions. He asked me, what do you want people to know? that you didn't do. I wanted them to know I've never harassed her. The bouquet was given to me, and I didn't steal. And so the fourth question, I can't remember what it was.
Oh, it got notarized too.
Yeah, they had it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a legit place.
Right. I've never been to Latin.
Same. I looked it up.
So should I?
So I took this November 13th, 2015.
Regarding Channon Rose's wedding, did a bridesmaid give you the bouquet during the dancing part of the wedding? Examinee's answer, yes. And then it says NDI, no deception indicated. Okay, so I guess that means according to are you like strapped on like with a little thing or
Everything.
little lines? And then another question, on the day before Channon Rose's wedding, did you slip and fall at Hotel Nico in San Francisco, sustaining a back injury leading to your back surgery on November 10th, 2015? Examinee's answer, yes. NDI, no deception indicated. And then another question, regarding Channon Rose's wedding, did you steal any wedding envelopes or the bouquet? Examinee's answer, no. NDI, no deception indicated. Another question, at any time after Channon Rose's wedding, have you ever phoned, texted, or emailed to Channon Rose to harass or threaten her? Examinee's answer, no. NDI, no deception indicated. Okay, and this says, it was taken on November 12th, 2015, 1:09 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And I did find the paper. Oh.
And is that your license number?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get like a license and everything, everything your ID.
Oh, no. But I did find the agreement where I can't talk about it. So
okay.
So you can read what they say.
I can say that if you violate any of the terms above,
yes,
you agree to pay $100,000.
Read why they want it. You can read why. Don't say the sex of the person or the company name. So this is why I was never able to publish.
This agreement between the two parties, due to the unfortunate set of circumstances that Amber is currently in, Amber agrees not to publish or present this to anyone in person. Does this include me?
No, I can. You're fine.
Without blacking. Without blacking. Okay, okay. So I think I'm good then. Without blacking or graying or blurring out all identifiers referring to this person. Okay, so I haven't done that, so we're Gucci. You're not gonna have to owe this person $100,000. Oof. Amber also agrees to not expose whether the polygraph examiner is male or female.
Yeah, I mean, they legitimately were scared of the person in question. I mean, I was up against, like, what was I supposed to do? So I tried everything.
Is this not this is indefinite, like this forever?
I'm allowed to use it in court, so it's public record.
Oh, and it costs you $195.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is.
Yeah. So I've lost. Keep in mind, I've lost money. I've lost friendships. I lost my plane ticket to go see Trisha. I lost Style Hall Network. I lost fucking everything, and this money, and everything else.
Wait, is this the one that they said that you modified, the invoice part, or which is the part they said?
No, they're saying that I made the whole thing up. This is even my consent to get the polygraph administered.
This is my showing. I don't think
You're
like.
showing the top part, the name.
Yeah, I'll edit that out. But I'm trying to show the handwriting of the $195 that you paid. I don't think like they can identify him by the handwriting, right? $195 she paid.
And then we even had to go through some like what are they called? Like questions like where he wanted me to lie, and then where he wanted me to say the truth.
Right. Okay, yeah. Beforehand.
So they could establish
how
I am when I'm lying and when I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, very interesting. Sure, I don't remember where I was, but that's interesting. I find it.
While we're on proving things really quick, I was also accused of faking a suicide attempt. I attempted suicide June of 2016 because after I realized that they won by default and I did not have enough time to respond, after everything that I've been put through, like just hell, like you'll see the comments, I lost it, and so I just I took a bunch of trazodone. I don't even know, like a whole bottle, maybe like 60 pills. I sent my mom and my sister a text. I said, "I love you, mommy and sissy." And I took Honey Bunny and I laid in bed, and the next thing I know, I remember I woke up in the hospital. My boobs were out. I was like, "What the f-?" It was 4 days later. I almost died. And people say that because I made a video afterward. I was like, you guys are fucking killing me. Like, I'll show you those videos too. So the first problem, it says suicide attempt by drug ingestion.
So suicide attempt by drug ingestion.
And I even showed it to them, but because I had some things redacted, like some parts appear.
See, it's a tricky part sometimes, the internet, you know, like when you give in to like people demanding things, that they will twist it no matter what.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things that I found that she said in one of her videos was, now you know I wasn't lying because we went to court, and in order for like a court and judge to see if someone's guilty
or not, like they need to have proof. And so we had enough proof in court to show that she was guilty. I sued her for slander because she made a bunch of videos about me that were untrue.
It's weird because going to court doesn't mean the other person is guilty, and especially because that's not what the court videos showed. Didn't rule like that.
No.
So I feel like she's...
Yeah. She never got... I never got called guilty. It was just they won by default.
The court ordered her to take them all down, so they're not on her channel anymore. Also, if you try to like go look and find them, they've been court ordered to all be taken down, so they're no longer up.
Yeah, and she claimed that you took down the videos because you were court ordered to take down the videos, but you're telling me that you took them down because you want to start fresh your YouTube channel and get away from that.
Well, I did have, okay, so I took down all the ones that be like sad or whatever, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take back the narrative and not let this affect me.
Because also, to be clear, when we say take down, unlisted, right? So they're still available, but just private.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So during the 100 layers, whatever, I did the 100 layers of tan video, and then I did 100 layers of hate comments. Just random hate comments. But unfortunately, 99% of any hate comment I get has to do with the wedding. To this day, I rarely get hate comments. Like sometimes people comment on my appearance, but hate comments all stem from that. So if that never happened, this drama, I would have like no hate, like nothing bad online except for like you wear too much makeup.
This video is about me finally taking back the power and my self-confidence.
Here's the interesting part. So they filed a motion that I was in violation of whatever. So I responded. This time I knew how to respond. I responded and I said, I'm just doing a trendy kind of video. I can't control what the comments are, you know, whatever. But she has all these videos about me. And they said I was in contempt of court again. And I said, you know what? I want to go to court. I want to talk to the judge. And guess what?
She didn't want to go to court.
They removed it. They withdrew their motion for contempt because the judge said, we're going to have a date. This is the date. And when you guys get there, neither one of you can have anything defamatory about the other.
Okay.
And that's one of her most popular videos. And if you look on Social Blade, that's how her channel grew. You're welcome.
So essentially, well, but I guess the main excerpt from this is that she considered your video of 100 layers of hate comments to be defamatory against her, even though it's people hating on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of her.
Yeah. And when I said to her attorney, I said, Ruth, this is so hypocritical. I said, you need to have your client take that down because I'm getting harassments. And she says, my client can't control what other people do. Okay, then how am I supposed to control what other people are saying?
I think that maybe that's the reason why Channon also repeated that, because in the beginning of one of her videos, she said that
I think when someone does something wrong publicly and people find out about it, people don't like that person. I don't think that is bullying. I think that's having consequences for poor actions, especially if that person doesn't apologize. It's kind of a given that person isn't going to get comments in their favor.
See, the thing that's so weird is that she says that she never harassed you, but she quotes you harassing her by making videos. So if you're both making videos about each other, then let's play it fair. You're either both harassing each other or you're not. Suddenly I feel like that judge in that video, sorry.
Well, if I'm accusing her of things, I could see that as harassment, but if I'm defending myself,
it's basically it.
Yeah. I just wanted it to be clear that just because she won a court case by default that had nothing to do with wedding theft doesn't mean that I stole, because people are still saying, but you did steal. Why else would you owe her $300,000?
So technically speaking, the reason why you owe her that much money is not because you stole from her, but because she sued you over defamation, according to her YouTube videos. But in her suit, she actually also included that you called her a pedophile. But yeah, it's not because you stole from her, it's because of the videos that you made.
Right.
And
it has nothing to do with what she publicly accused me of. That would have been a criminal case also.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's exactly 100% clear is that you didn't really get your fair shot in court, and you would be willing to do it today.
100%.
You stand by, you did not steal, and you weren't even sued for that anyways. So, wow, very interesting.
I did not steal.
Wow, what a long night. Yeah, but I hope you guys understand that it was a long night, so the battery died and she had to change her hair. I think we covered everything. If anything needs to be followed up, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, I told him I'll send voice memos, whatever.
And you know, honestly, the same door is open for Channon, but this is just like, it's super interesting to me, the whole aspect of suing over YouTube videos.
And as YouTubers, you would think that like we want to protect our freedom of speech.
Well, it's just not really fair because she wants to keep the ones up of you where she's calling you a crazy stalker.
I know. If I could have anything, I would love more than anything for those few videos to be taken down, because you can't Google my name without that coming up.
All right. Well, thanks for sitting down with me. There's gonna be a lot to go through, so.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see how this turns out.
You're the first one. And well, now a lot of people want to talk, but before all of this recent drama, no one gave a shit.
Just to be clear also, we did plan this way before Channon got into all this recent drama.
Oh yeah, you could go back to where you took a photo with the mosquitoes.
Yeah, I took a photo on Instagram and I met her for coffee to hear her out, kind of hear her pitch, because she asked me if I would listen to her story to possibly do a video. I said, okay, let's hear you out, because we're both in Phoenix.
Yeah, and I did reach out to him because I started watching his videos, and I don't know which one it was, but I was like, he was reporting very unbiasedly, but he was doing it for someone that didn't have like a voice, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I wrote a comment like, God, I wish you would have been around in 2015.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a comment. Yeah, you didn't. I don't think you responded to that one.
I gotta look for your comment then.
Yeah, but I was like, I really wish you would have been around.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. Handshake for the interview. For the interview, you know.
Okay.
So I posted the first half of the interview a few weeks ago, but after that went live, I had to put a pause on the project. The reason being is that I struggled to put my final thoughts into words, which it would have been very irresponsible for me not to do so, because to be honest, I feel like my interview sort of painted her as this perfect victim, which I don't entirely agree with. Now, before I elaborate on that, I do want to emphasize that there's been absolutely no public evidence or anything to pinpoint Amber to Shannon's accusations of stealing thousands and thousands of dollars. Another fact is that due to this allegation, Amber has received hundreds and hundreds of hate comments, including violent comments relating to the allegation. From everything that I researched, it seems that this speculation that Amber stole seems to be based on ill belief of Amber's character and her ex-fiancé going to prison for actually stealing millions of dollars. But believing that Amber is guilty of this very serious allegation solely because of her ex-fiancé's past actions could be considered a slippery slope. It'd be like me saying, well, Channon never provided any concrete proof to pin it all to Amber, and she went on to fake YouTube drama for views, admittedly so. So how do we know she's not making it up? So let's just knock both those things out of the park and move on to the next thing. Amber's character. Because Amber's behavior after the wedding certainly didn't help her case at all. I'll tell you the truth, at first I thought this was the case of the mean girls ganging up on the beg who just wanted to fit in, but as it turns out, there's definitely more than meets the eye.
6 motherfucking figures in the bank, bitches, and I can show you if you really want me to. Do I have to do that though? Do I have to? Honestly?
I feel like Amber painted this halo over her head throughout my interview, and if we're taking her story completely as fact, I completely understand, not knowing what you did, that is completely troubling. However, her retaliation is something that she did not mention, which I think is definitely worthy of mentioning, especially because at the time, all I had for reference was Shannon's video, so I could see that Channon was making some pretty unfounded claims. However, Amber went ahead and sent me some of her videos from the time, and I'm noticing that she's doing the same right back.
That means your subscribers, the subscribers that leave me comments, that is against the law. They will be punished federally. They can be imprisoned federally.
Also in my interview, Amber denied saying that Channon leaked her address, except she did say that.
Between September 13th and I don't know, like September 26th, Randy put our address online. Shannon, or Randy.
Then when we discussed her prank video, I feel like she downplayed it so much to the point where she almost justified it. And you can see in my face, I hadn't even seen it, and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? How do you think this is a good idea?
Yeah.
You definitely gave him some ammo against you, because that does not sound good. One of the videos that she had done from that time was called Draw My Life Getting Slandered Online.
I do know how I cope with pain. When I was younger, I used to make up stories for the abuse that was happening to me at home. And that's what I thought I would do with this situation.
And in this video, she describes the prank, and how is this a good idea?
I thought of, how could I join them? If you can't beat them, join them. So I tried to think of the most ridiculous thing I could think of, a story. And I said that we were all in this prank together and we were going to attack one of us, and I was the one who decided to be attacked. It was going to be a lesson to people about how people with bigger voices are more listened to.
I'm still stuck on how it could have seemed like a good idea to anybody. I feel like she did not completely own that in the interview. That prank video was not a prank on anybody except for herself. Also in the Draw My Life video, she admits how at one point she used the bouquet from the wedding as a prop in the background of her videos, and then when people asked about it, she said she got it from Michael's.
I just denied even having them. I just said, nope, they're from Michael's. Well, that was a big mistake because it just came back to bite me in the ass.
Why? You want people to believe you. Why are you giving them mixed stories? I don't get it. Now, one last thing about the interview is, like I said, Amber did send me a bunch of videos from that time span, and 2 of those were Halloween themed. However, I noticed that neither of those 2 videos showed the clip that Shannon showed in which Amber is stabbing a shirt that says Team Bride with a knife.
So you're going to put the item that reminds you of the person who you're casting the spell on into the cauldron. Because this person is extra disgusting and gross, we're going to need some Pine Sol to disinfect it.
You're gonna tell me that video has nothing to do with Shannon? I mean, you wore that same Team Bride shirt during your trip to go to Shannon's wedding.
I'm just really happy for them both. So, yeah, Team Bride, yay.
These things do matter, Amber. I need you to understand that when you're saying this person is doing this and that, you have to take into account what you're also doing in retaliation, or at least acknowledge it, you know? I'm not saying that you deserve it by any means, but I'm saying, like, you shouldn't omit that from me or say that it wasn't about Shannon, because come on, it was. Alright, now let's wrap this up. Now, while I'm not totally sold on Shannon's accusation against Amber, I think Amber's reaction to it all, because there is more than what I just said, by the way. I think the way she reacted in bits and pieces definitely set her up to get even more hate, you know? Amber, I sincerely hope you understand where my words come from, and I hope that this experience could help you move forward and help you find any sort of closure, you know? Because it seems like this held you back, so I hope that you can continue doing your mystery videos, you know? You're doing pretty good with those. As for the defamation lawsuit, do I agree with it? I can't completely comment on that because I wasn't there. However, the one thing that I got from the defamation lawsuit that I thought was kind of funny was Shannon saying that she lost subscribers and money because of Amber. Some of your most popular videos are Amber related, so I don't know about all that.
Do you think Shannon should be moved out of the lesser gossiped about gurus section? She's well over 100,000 subs on YouTube and growing very, very fast. And not to mention, she has a ton of gossip floating around about her with being associated with Trisha Paytas. Probably one of the juiciest girls to gossip about on the site right now. Well, her, Trisha, and Amber. Dang, am I really like the juiciest girl to gossip about? I'm flattered, girl, thank you.
However, I do think it's possible that there was a bigger picture and a bigger reason for Shannon to pursue the defamation lawsuit to begin with, because defamation lawsuits aren't popular and they're not easy to win. Of course, we have Amber's side of the story as far as the defamation lawsuit goes, but I do want to leave the invitation still open for Shannon if she ever wants to speak her piece. I'm happy to cover the story just as fair as I did with Amber, because YouTubers talk crap about each other all the time, but rarely do they take each other to court. So hey, if you're interested, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It's been stressful, it's been a lot. If there's anything more to say, hopefully we can wrap it up in tomorrow's live stream. It's gonna be lit. Alright, see you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.